Okay, continuing on with the extra questions. Let's find extra questions. Right, looking at a loan. So, before, on the line before this, must make sure we understand that for loans, PV and payment have the same sign. In fact, that's quite different. It is a different sign. Okay, so what are the steps? Generally, you're going to find how much I have to pay each month to pay this off. Month, cool. Then typically we want to find how much you pay back in total. We all understand you pay back more than you borrow. The extra money is the interest charged. So I have those things in my brain. Before I do these questions. Okay, so hopefully we can make this bigger. Right, looking at the question. So $23,000. I have that money. It's for me. I didn't put it in the bank, so this is a positive amount for me. I'm going to make the one red that I'm going to look for in this question. So this question is probably going to look for how much do I need to pay? Use the graphics calculator to pay that. So it's 5 years, and somewhere I see monthly. So somewhere over here we have 5 times 12. Interest for this question is 7%. Payment is what I'm looking for. The future value doesn't say that, but the assumption is that the loan is paid off. The assumption is loan is paid off. So in the future, the future value is equal to 0. You don't owe anything at the end. Okay, doesn't say it. That's something we think about. Okay, and we have P/Y, C/Y. So I was looking along here, I keep seeing the word monthly. So they must be 12. Time for the calculator. So I think we're living in the world of finance, and this is definitely a compound interest question. Right, so it's full of info from previous questions. So 5 times 12. And here is the main reason why you sit here. 1, why you write these out. 1, so you can read the question, put things in. 2, so your teacher can mark them. But 3, so you can check the numbers on your calculator that you've decided. Right, is this a positive or negative number? Because it's a loan, this is a positive number, which will mean the payment will come back as a negative number. It will subtract money off the loan. Future value, we've discussed, is going to be 0. And these are both 12. It changes them both at the same time. Next year, you might do questions where they're different. So, you're going to need a bit more room than this. Thank you for that. The button to find payment is F4. Let's make a clear phrase in a test. What's his name? Alberto. Alberto needs to pay back $455.43 each month. Cool. What is the total? So he's going to do this how many times? 5 years. He's going to actually pay 60 years. So the shortcut for total is going to be N times PMT. Let's have a look at our cheat sheet from the other day. Loans, interest, total paid, N times PMT. First we use the calculator to find PMT and total. Alright. Don't get confused, this is where we're at. Okay, in this question it equals 60 times 455.43 to the calculator. That's interesting. Not sure what that's about. Bing. Microphone manager. To the normal section of the calculator. So I can do normal multiplications. Okay. Equals 273258. 27325.80. Okay, so this means that you borrowed 23,000 and you paid back 27,000. Okay, the interest paid for the loan equals the total paid, subtract the amount borrowed. Should I write amount borrowed? And, you know, that's PV. Okay. In this question, that is 27325.8 subtract 23,000. 1, 2, 3. So answer, previous question, 23, 1, 2, 3. $4,000 in interest, $4,300 equals 4,325 and 80 cents. Let's put a dollar symbol. Okay, that's that question done. English is hard. Right, so we've done the 3 parts. We've found the repayment using the calculator, and the other 2 calculations are just normal understanding what's going on. Okay. So what's going on in this question is that this is an investment every month. Hidden in the words here is that you're paying every month. So paying in $100 every month. So it's an investment with payment. Okay? So that means payment and PV are both negative because you're putting that money in. Looks like we start with no money. So I'm reading the question. So calculate the future value of $100 saved every month for 10 years. Okay, so we're going to do this question twice. We've got 2 parts. Right. Starts with no money. PV equals 0. Let's go here. Anyway, everything's happening monthly. So it's 10 times 12. It is 5. Not quite sure if this is happening in this word adjusted. This is 0. This is $100 per month. See, this has to happen per month. Look at that. Going to calculate the interest monthly. And this is what we're looking for. Okay, so we can compare what's happening with if the interest rate doubles. Will the amount double? That's the purpose of this question. So, off to the calculator space to finance. F2. So, 12 times 10. Interest is 5%. Starting value is 0. The payment is minus $100 a month. The future value is question mark. So, alright, we'll go to the next one. And it looks like it's already set up for 12. Copy. Place that one into there. Thank you. So helpful. And we're looking for future value. So the result is $15,500. So now we're going to repeat that question. Really don't understand what happened then. Repeat that question and what's going to be different. I don't think too much is going to be different. This is going to be 10 times 12. This is now going to be 10%. This is going to be 0. Okay, so you can do everything the same except for the fact that it's now going to be 10% instead of. The deal is it going to double or will it more than double? My prediction is that it will be more than doubled. Should be very fast to do on the calculator since we only have to change one number. Now we'll just set that up so we understand what we're looking for. And future value. Right, that number's pretty big. Yep. Okay, and here the result is 20,484, and should we call it 50 cents? Okay, just out of interest, it wasn't asked in this question how much interest was generated. guess, earned. Okay, didn't actually ask this, but I'm just going to add this little part here so we can make sense for this question. So the total paid was equal to 120 times 100. 120 times 100, which is probably equal to 12,000. So part A, the interest was 15,000, take 15,528, take 12,000, so equals about 3,000. 3,000, 15,000, take 12,000, it's about 3,000, okay? Always with making the box bigger. And for part B, the interest was equal to the 20,484, subtract 12,000. So I think that's 8,484. Okay, which is more than double the 5% interest. So this part here really should have been in that question as a follow-up. Okay, but there you go. Somewhere I've lost the question. Alright, so I'll just have to fix that part up. Okay, so for a question like this, typical in year 12 where you do pretty well the same numbers and adjust one thing and see what the effect is, I doubled the interest rate and more than doubled the amount of interest earned if I make those two numbers. Okay, notice the other number didn't double because the majority of that is the money the person's putting away and saving. Okay, you can see how you can start to use this in year 12. One more extra question. Okay, question, is this a loan or is this an investment? This word here means this is an investment. Here's another clear case for investments. How much do I need to save per month to get 25,000 in 3 years? Bang. Alright, so save. This is investment. Okay, PV and payment are negative. Right, I imagine that you start with no money. It doesn't say anything here, so I imagine that you start with no money. Alright, so monthly, 3 years, 3 times 12. I, 3%. Payment, this is what we're looking for. Future value, we've been told we want to reach 25,000. Pretty easy to write that into PV, but that would be a loan. Payments, 12 times a year. Compound, 12 times a year. I don't know, just do that. Off to the graphics calculator. Fortunately, it's all filled up with previous questions' work. So, 3 times 12. Sitting here, you've got this deal, you can look at that, you can go across. Interest is 3. PV is 0. Payment is going to be question mark, so I'm going to write a 0 there, payment. Future value is going to be 25,000. P/Y is 12, C/Y is 12. Okay, so we want to get payment, which I guess is going to be F something. Payment is F4. You would need to save $664.53, well 50 cents, yep, per month. You know what? I need to just put it on a new line. Always a problem.